How's your vision? You may have 20/20 but fail to see what's right in front of you. The world has been built by people with vision, great vision of the future. And without them, we probably would still be living in the dark ages. Have you ever blamed yourself for failing to see the obvious? How could you have let that girl who loved you get away? Why didn't you start an online bookstore called Amazon? Life is full of choices. The bad part about choice is that you can only pick one. And the difficult part is to decide which road to take. I have to confess that many times I would pray before making an important decision for help to make the right decision. And a few times I have asked psychics for advice. Despite good advice from my creator and psychics, I may follow more of my impulses than my visions. Why? Because we don't really have a vision. My friend was troubled with a very difficult decision. She had a positive test on a cancer screening and the doctor wasn't sure about the result. So they sent it to the lab at Stanford University. It came back as nothing to worry about. But the doctor did not believe that. So he ordered another biopsy. That came through as inconclusive. So he suggested to her to do another biopsy or just go ahead and have a surgery. She talked to 3 different psychics and got 3 yeses to get the operation. She did and survived while her doctor told her that the cancer cells were spread like fire on their own, and maybe the inconclusive biopsy happened to pick the only healthy tissue both times. He said he was glad she made the decision for surgery, but he got totally pissed off when she told him about her 3 visits to 3 psychics. Luckily, she had an HMO insurance plan, or I'm sure her doctor would have sent her right to a mental institution. So my advice is not to tell anyone about getting psychic advice. Although it is not a smart move sharing your psychic encounters with others. This is what our team feels about psychics. Number 1, everyone has psychic abilities. Number 2, except for very few super gifted ones, seeing the future is like seeing a girl with heavy makeup. You can kind of see her, but believe me, it is not the real thing. Number 3, whatever the psychic sees or feels needs to be processed and communicated to us. I actually got this when I watched the famous Long Island Medium. When most people saw her passing private messages from guest deceased loved ones, I saw how the messages came through to her. I recalled she said, "The spirit showed me this," which means they passed very suddenly. Well, how did she get that? They had to figure out what the vision is about. And through confirmations from their clients, they come up with their unique decoding system. I want to share with you one stunning experience our team had. Back in early 2017, Sherry went to film our Medium talk show documentary with Deborah Hoke. The meeting gave attendees a chance to talk to their deceased loved ones. Before the meeting, Sherry said, "How can she talk to my family when they all spoke Chinese?" Even though we expect encouraging words from our family, we were speechless 3 days after that psychic meeting. Filming was going great, but Sherry turned the camera off, but left the recorder on when it was her turn to talk to her family. Her grandmom came through, telling her how she is proud of her, and the psychic said, "You will be rewarded."
I tell you that there's more candy coming.
I'm diabetic.
so does Michigan. It's all candy from all the other things, right? It's what's finally giving you sweetness in your life. You understand?
More candy on the way. 3 days later, we got the trophy from Hell Chess Film Festival for our film Girl Indigo, which was selected Best Film 2017. And there was candy inside the box. Wow. You see, you don't have to be crazy to talk to psychics. The advice some of them offer is more valuable than money can buy. Most psychics keep their day jobs because half of their clients don't pay them. I mean the half on the other side. Then we had a film with Frances. She is a realtor, and we did a documentary about Haiti. He is a medical doctor and a psychic and Egypt's ambassador for 3 countries. And Sherry took a few classes from Shauna. She is a practicing lawyer who moonlights doing psychic work. Some of you may have witnessed how Sherry's seemingly joking predictions come true. Jerry, the certified computer professional who works mostly as a psychic, she had asked during a 30-minute psychic reading with him why every psychic has said her third eye is open when she feels she sees nothing. Jerry said, "Your third eye has been open for a long time, but your third eye is different from other people's. You see what people don't see. You have a wisdom eye." You know what? I don't think there's a better word to describe her ability, because she seems to always know what to do. She took one look at some crop circles and came up with predictions that were right time and time again. She has decoded so many Nostradamus quatrains with laser precision. And she has solved the 1,300-year-old Chinese Tuibetu prophecy. The only thing she failed to see is how valuable I am as her narrator. But because of her wisdom eye, she knew I won't leave because I love my job. I know our unconventional approach on many mysterious subjects upsets some. But how can you ignore the fact that our 2018 predictions had a 95% hit rate? If not for the support you have shown, we probably won't make any predictions for 2019. But even with the support, Sherry did what she has never done before, taking down a Nostradamus decoding video because of an attack. When she digested the news of the second Guatemalan child to die in immigration custody, she realized how bad the flu epidemic can be and rushed to release a video urging people to be careful. And although she spent only 20 seconds suggesting people to get flu shots, she got 15 hate comments with the worst name-calling. I did not narrate for that video because I was sleeping when she found the warning from Nostradamus. She did not want to wait even for just a few hours because she thought she needs to warn everyone as soon as possible. So both Sharon and Tom worked on the video, which was beat up by some of our not-so-adoring fans. That incident proved how we are divided, and how easily some people can turn on you that you once called friends. And worst of all, people getting information from alternative sources were fed information that is shockingly wrong. For example, this viewer said the kid died from getting a flu vaccine. And this one said the boy was infected with an antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Please note, the boy died from a flu virus. It had nothing to do with a bacterial infection. So we took down the video and replaced it with one urging people to wash their hands, avoid public places, and eat healthy. But the attacks continued. They did not bother to check on the changes and started new runs of attacks. Sherry was devastated, so she worked on some Chinese videos thinking her Chinese viewers would be less cruel. So I reminded her that we did not make films to please the haters. But she said, I replaced the video not to please people who hate me. I did it so people who need to get the message won't be turned off by the wrong information. What a girl. That's what the wisdom eye is there for. But you must wonder how a non-psychic like her is able to predict events accurately year after year. Actually, she made this video, you don't need to be a psychic to know what will happen next year, and listed things that are clear as water. But there are other predictions she made as a psychic, which begs the question, how did she do it? She said she did probably like most psychics do. They say things that appear on their tongues, and all they do is just let it out. She said other than a few 2018 predictions she found in the Book of Prophecy, she just felt the rest. Recently, Ed Fretchel shared quite a few scary visions of his own with us. And unlike most psychics who hope their predictions come true, Ed prayed for those not to happen. And he seems to be blessed by divine intervention often, as he has come back from death twice and received help when help was not expected to come. Ed got my attention when he sent me a message telling me to watch for a 4.0 quake in the Seattle area in the next few days. And 3 days later, a 2.9 hit. It was not the 4.0, but I understand it is not easy to see through the fogged time tunnel. Then he said to watch for a small quake during the Rose Bowl. A smart psychic would not be so specific, but Ed is not known to be smart. He is known to be spiritual. On that day, 1/1/19, a 2.5 quake did hit around 4 a.m., 49 miles away. But was that a hit? The Rose Bowl had not started. But if you consider the Rose Bowl game as the continuation of the Rose Parade, then people had already filled the streets at the time the quake hit. So, will the big one hit Santa Cruz, as he has predicted? I don't know, because he said if the Rose Bowl quake happens, the big one will hit. But did it happen? Ed's vision started 20 years ago when he fell down a 250-foot high hill inside his forklift. That's not something I would recommend you try at home. But if you wish to be intuitive, then you can learn to decode the messages around you without getting a round-trip ticket from heaven. Take myself, for example. Images of happy times often pop in my mind. It is so vivid, sometimes I wonder if they are real. And sometimes I will send prayers, white light, and other visions to my friends and family who need them. One day while Sherry was in Asia, I had a vision of her under a cloud and healing water was all over her. I sent her an email describing that and got her reply about 5 hours later. She told me she boarded the plane from Taiwan to Indonesia to attend a film festival. But before the plane started to taxi, she felt 2 drops of water on her nose. She yelled out, "Water leak!" in a panic, because you can imagine what may happen flying in a plane like that. The stewardess came and gave her a stack of tissue and checked the overhead area. 5 hours later, they landed, and my email went through telling her about seeing her being cleansed with healing water. So I believe we are all psychic, but most of us have blocked it out as we really don't want to know what will happen before it happens. Life is fun because of this reality show factor. Who wants to live life like reading a script, right? But if you would like to get in touch with your higher self, you can. Sherry and I are examples of intuition through open minds. To start getting intimate with your higher self, you should start by having an open heart and mind. If you are full of hatred and anger, the contact you will make will be with your lower self. And believe me, there is nothing good that can come of that. You can sit comfortably and listen to the music you like. Breathe slow and deep. And after 3 weeks, you will feel like a different person. This is Ken Peters. Thank you for watching.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.